Hola chicos y chicas, these are your notes for indirect object pronouns. Indirect object pronouns, what are they? Well, they're nouns that answer the questions to whom or for whom about the verb. Indirect object pronouns take the place of the indirect object nouns. Okay, the first step is to identify the direct object of the sentence. We have been working with direct object pronouns in class, so determining what the direct object of the sentence is should be a little easier now. The indirect object tells us where the direct object is going. If you can find the direct object, you can find the indirect object. Let's do some examples in English. Miguel gives Luisa an iPod. Okay, steps. Okay, what is being given? The iPod. Okay, that's your direct object. Where is this direct object going? It's going to Luisa because Miguel gives Luisa the iPod. So Luisa is the indirect object. Okay, now we replace Luisa with her. Luisa is the indirect object, so we'll replace Luisa with the indirect object pronoun, which is her. Miguel gives her an iPod. In English, an indirect object pronoun is placed after the verb. Now, what are the indirect object pronouns in Spanish? We have me, which is me, te, which is you, le, which is you, formal, him, her, nos is us, os is y'all, les is y'all, and them. Example: Miguel da un iPod a Luisa. Who is the indirect object? Luisa. Luisa is still receiving the iPod. Okay, now we replace Luisa with the indirect object pronoun, which would be le, for her. Miguel le da un iPod. In Spanish, you place the indirect object pronoun before the conjugated verb. Now in Spanish, you must use the indirect object pronoun to accompany the noun it modifies, or to replace the noun. You have Miguel le da un iPod. Or an example of accompanying the noun that it's modifying, it's Miguel le da un iPod a Luisa. Both of these would be correct. Now, to keep in mind, you want to think in phrases. You don't want to translate word for word. So we have give, the verb give, which is dar. Gives me is me da. Gives you, te da. Gives him, her, or you, formal, le da. Nos da is gives us. Gives you, which is familiar, os da. Gives them, or gives you all, is les da. Okay, the next example that I have is leer. Okay, reads me, me lee. Reads you, te lee. Reads him, her, or you, le lee. Reads us, nos lee. Reads y'all, os lee. Reads them, or you, les lee. Now, let's practice. Translate. I give you the passport. What you should have is yo te doy el pasaporte. Número dos. You give me the passport. Tú me das el pasaporte. Número tres. He gives me the ID. Él me da el pasaporte. The students talk to Señor Corso. Los estudiantes le hablan. We talk to the boys. Nosotros les hablamos. She reads the book to her younger brother. Ella le lee el libro. Ahora en español. Yo doy la tarjeta de embarque al auxiliar de vuelo. Now you want to start thinking. Find your direct object. What is it that I'm giving? I'm giving the boarding pass. To whom am I giving it to? Al auxiliar de vuelo. So that is my indirect object. That's what I'm going to be replacing. Yo le doy la tarjeta de embarque. El auxiliar de vuelo sirve la comida a los pasajeros. What is the flight attendant serving? La comida. Who's receiving the food? Los pasajeros. So this is our indirect object. That's what we're going to be replacing with the indirect object pronoun. What you should have is el auxiliar de vuelo les sirve. El agente de seguridad habla a los pasajeros en la cola. Okay, now this one's a little tricky. Okay, because our direct object, the direct object of the sentence cannot be found in the sentence. Okay, because when we speak, when we talk to someone, the direct object that's given to the other person are our words. Okay, so the agent is giving words to the people in line. Okay, who is receiving these words? Las personas en la cola. So that's what we would replace, las personas. So you should have el agente de seguridad les habla. Los estudiantes hablan a señor Corso. Similar to number 9. Los estudiantes le hablan. Okay, chicos, this concludes the notes. Bring these to class, and any questions that you may have, we will get a lot more practice in class. Hasta luego.